It's environmental rape. That's all you can call it. They've just destroyed our way of life completely. Everything that the mountains meant to us has been destroyed. Since this land got disturbed by the coal and timber companies, we don't have hardly anything left.
Just southwest of our nation's capital, one of the greatest human rights and environmental tragedies in American history is taking place at this very moment. Mountaintop removal is a form of coal mining that's designed from the start to take the coal miner out of coal mining. The companies use explosives to blow up the tops of the mountains, and they dump the rock into the valleys, totally burying the streams. What's left behind is a moonscape.
When you're blowing up, literally blowing off the top of a mountain in order to get at the coal, and all of the debris and everything else, the whole top of the mountain goes down in the valley, dams up rivers, affects communities. I mean, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. It's so deeply wrong that we have to do something about it.
When they level the mountains, they have to have something to do with everything other than the coal. The leftover debris is put into the headwaters of the hollow, and it changed the velocity and the volume of water that comes through my property here. And we've always had a small stream run through here. It's named Big Branch Creek. It's always been a little tiny stream though, and through the manipulations of the headwaters of the stream, I've been flooded now 7 times. In 2001, the bridge washed out, and we repaired it, and then it washed out again. So I lost 2 bridges, and at this point, we have no access.
My son called and he said, "Dad," he said, "if you're getting home, you better come on." He said, "It's starting to flood up here." So we got down to the mouth of the hollow, and this 15-year-old boy met us, and he said, "You can't get up the holler." He said, "It's flooded." In a matter of an hour, this 15-year-old boy was drowned, and with him his neighbor, a 35-year-old lady. They stepped across a little ditch going into their yard that normally was 6 or 8 inches deep, and they were swept away. We spent the night together, all of us huddled around in this house, and it was a night of unbelievable sorrow.
This isn't just a regional issue, because people from all across America use electricity that's at least partly generated by mountaintop removal coal, but it's a small amount that could easily come from cleaner sources of energy.
Instead of going under the mountain and getting the coal, they just take the mountain off of the coal, and they scoop out all that coal in that seam, and they go on down to the next seam and push all the overburden over the mountains into the valleys, and they get that seam. And as I said, there's 8 or 9 seams here they got, and each time it's more dirt and rock come down over the valleys. They say it's more economical. They take a handful of men with equipment and accomplish in a matter of months what an underground mine would take years with a lot of men to do.
It's providing cheaper energy for our society, cheaper costs, big profits for coal companies, a few people are getting jobs, but it's a one-shot deal. And those mountains and those streams are not going to really recover. And it's breaking covenant with God and creation.
The streams that go by me here right now are the headwaters of the streams all over the eastern United States. And whether people realize it or not, everyone's downstream from this. The planet shares water, you know. And if there's one drop of it polluted, then all of it's polluted.
All of this is happening in a region that's a national treasure, home to bluegrass music and the Blue Ridge Mountains, and it's also home to more species of plants and animals than almost anywhere else on Earth outside of the tropical rainforest.
It's the worst thing that has ever happened to this state. And it's not even being discussed in the political debates. I'm here to warn the stupidity and the ignorance that says coal is West Virginia. West Virginia is mountains. West Virginia is not coal.
Coal fields, as they're called sometimes, the southern Appalachians, some of the poorer areas in the country, and yet some of the greatest wealth has been extracted. There's something wrong.
To know that me and my children have been sacrificed for the wealth and riches of other people is very frustrating. But at the same time, I have to direct my anger and do something about it so that my children have a possibility of a future.
It's a national sacrifice, and as I see it, in a sense, a cultural and economic theft, at least a con that they're trying to perpetuate.
It has to change, and it will change on an individual basis. Everybody has to stand up and fight it.
Everybody coming together and voicing their concern together, actually a communal effort really is what it is. Through Appalachian voices can make a difference and will make a difference in this fight. But it's definitely going to take a concerted effort.
Growing up in East Tennessee, I thought the mountains would be there forever. But in my lifetime, more than 450 mountains have already been destroyed. And if we don't act, hundreds more mountains will be lost forever. To stop this, we have to remove the cloak of secrecy that's allowed it to go on. And that's why we created iLoveMountains.org. Thanks to new technologies like Google Earth, the coal companies can no longer hide the massive scale of destruction that they're causing. Together, we can meet America's energy needs and protect our nation's natural and cultural heritage. But it won't happen without you. Please help us spread the word. And thank you.
How many years can a mountain exist before it's washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times can a man turn his head, pretending he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing